15th of July 2022. Delhi High Court came across one petition filed by one unmarried woman in her 20s seeking permission for medical termination of 24 weeks of pregnancy following of split up with her partner. The court said that why are you killing the child? There are big queues for adoptions. We are not forcing the petitioner to raise the child. We will ensure that she goes to a good hospital and her whereabouts will not be known. You give birth and come back. The observation came in the backdrop of termination of pregnancy after 20 weeks, except in certain circumstances specified under Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act 2021. Only thing I want to say that we have liberty, but we must restrict our liberty and think of your parents and your own status and self-respect. Don't go beyond that and don't trust so much the counterpart. 21st July 2022, last week we saw that before Delhi High Court a petition came up made by a woman who got pregnant out of the live-in relationship, and she split it with her partner and she want to now abort 24 weeks pregnancy, and it was rejected by Delhi High Court. Now it appears that Delhi High Court, while rejecting the petition, said that she is an unmarried woman, and that is why we are denying it. So matter is carried forward to Supreme Court, and bench led by Justice Chandrachud said that it can be aborted provided the medical board constituted by AIMS Delhi concluding that the fetus can be aborted without risk to life of the women. Now it is observed by the Supreme Court that we are of the view that allowing the petitioner to suffer an unwarranted pregnancy will go against the parliamentary intent, and the benefits under the Act cannot be denied to her only on the basis of her being unmarried. The distinction between a married and unmarried woman has no nexus to the object sought to be achieved by the parliament. It is not the question of married and unmarried. It is the question of ethics and principles and breach of trust too. 29 September 2022. The question came up before the Supreme Court in a matter X versus Principal Secretary Health and Family Welfare Department Government of NCT Delhi, that whether the meaning of rape must be held to include marital rape for the purpose of Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act and rules. The answer was given in positive, and court said that the wives who conceived out of forced sex by their husband will also come within the purview of survival of sexual assault or rape or incest mentioned in Rule number 3B, Subrule A of Medical Termination of Pregnancy Rules. For context of Rule 3BA mentions the categories of women who can seek termination of pregnancy in term of 20 to 24 weeks. The court said married women may also form the part of the class of survivors of sexual assault or rape. The ordinary meaning of word rape is sexual intercourse with a person without consent or against their will. So regardless of such, whether forced intercourse occurs in the context of matrimony, a woman may become pregnant as a result of non-consensual. Subrule A of Medical Termination of Pregnancy Rules. For context of Rule 3BA mentions the categories of women who can seek termination of pregnancy in term of 20 to 24 weeks. The court said married women may also form the part of the class of survivors of sexual assault or rape. The ordinary meaning of word rape is sexual intercourse with a person without consent or against their will. So regardless of such, whether forced intercourse occurs in the context of matrimony, a woman may become pregnant as a result of non-consensual. This September 2022, in continuation of yesterday's reel in the matter of X versus Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare Department of Government of NCT of Delhi, one more clarification has come under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POSCO Act. A doctor who conducts termination of pregnancy of 20 to 24 months on a minor girl need not give identity of the information given to police. Now, married woman is also entitled. The unmarried woman is also entitled. Will it be misused? The committee must, the cultural ministry must set up a committee in this case to find out what is the reason of so many rapes, incest, or whether there is extramarital affairs or live-in relations, why they are living, they don't want the child from live-in relation. Of course, there is a failure in relationship, but this has a very bad effect on the society, and it also must be found out that is it a girl fetus which is aborted.